Don't you wanna be free when you're standing on the edge of time? One word's all I need. Don't you wanna to relieve you of your rising grief? Don't you wanna be free when your life's turning upside down? Let me show you the way to go when all direction is lost. I cannot be all you need. I promise to be by your side, to help you set your mind at ease. For once I will not run and hide. I've said it time and time and again. If you want, I can be your friend. Don't you wanna be free to forget where your life should be? For once, stand up for what's right and be true to the ones you need. Don't you wanna be free and to never be afraid again? This time I will not let you go. I'll be your shelter from harm. I cannot be all you need. I promise to be by your side, to help you set your mind at ease. For once I will not run and hide. I've said it time and time and again. If you want, I can be your friend.
Good morning, everybody. I've kind of seen everybody come through as the countdown was going on, and the first thing that has me pause for a second is Daniel just asked for prayers for he's without power, and it sounds like it could be a little bit. It sounds like a power pole fell into the creek nearby his house, so they've all lost power. And we have certainly all been where, what Daniel's thinking is, I just bought all these groceries, hundreds of dollars worth of groceries. He said, everybody's okay. That was the first thing he said. If we could just take, 30 seconds and please just come together and say a prayer, that the first responders, the electric company, everybody will be able to do what they need to do, and that it'll be quick and swift. I would actually lead us in prayer. I just don't know if anybody would be opposed to that or not. But Daniel, you are definitely in our prayers, and please keep us posted. I've been there. We've been without power for days at times, so I get it. I've been there. But let's be certain, right? Let's be certain that it's going to get fixed pretty quickly. And as a backup plan, can you get your groceries to somebody? Do you live near anybody that you could, or do you have coolers that you can get the meat, at least the meat and the dairy in a cooler? and put on ice. So if anybody has any suggestions, please drop them in the chat. So let me just say hi, Sally, Daniel. Obviously, you're in our prayers, hon. Mike, I've seen you a little bit this morning, Mike, all over the world here. Hey, Daryl, I'm glad you could make it today, hon. Really, there's always a silver lining, right? I mean, what's better than going to a live on a Thursday morning? Just kidding. Sorry, Dan, I wish I could send you one of my power banks. That's a good point. Maybe that's something we all need to have as a backup, right? If you don't have a generator. Hey, CL, good morning, hon. I don't know when you joined, but if we could just keep Daniel in our prayers. He lost power at the house this morning. It sounds like there's a electric pole, telephone pole, whatever it is, fell across the creek. So it does sound like it could be a little bit of time. You should lead us in prayer. Would anybody be opposed to that? So, if so, maybe just put me on silent for a minute and or walk away. But just 30 seconds. Dear Heavenly Father, we know that you're watching over us. You know what is in each one of our hearts. And right now, we are bringing to you the request for you to watch over Daniel, watch over his family, and anybody else that is in the path of, having lost this power. Give the strength to our emergency responders, to the folks who actually need to do the repairs, the electric company. And I know you work everything in our favor, and we are all working this week, walking through a state of certainty. So each one of us on here is certain, Lord, that you are going to come and you are going to meet Daniel where he's at, and you're going to make sure that everything's okay. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, folks. We will figure something out. Yes, you will, Daniel. You will. Something will come to you. There's nothing worse than a week of no power post a hurricane. Prayers for sure. Yeah, I would imagine, CL. You Floridians are definitely familiar with it. I have never lost it for that long, but even a couple days is a struggle. What's better than going to a live on a Thursday morning and it being Lori's live? I could think of a lot of things, Sally, but thank you. Susan High Country, she's from Australia. She comes in here once in a while. She was dealing with the same thing yesterday. Is she the one that was after Scott's live last night, Mike? I was so confused. I thought that was Gracie at first, but then Scott said no, it was Susan. But what an amazing property that woman has. I love the walk around she did and showed us everything. That was my first time ever going to her live, so it was pretty impressive. Amen. Absolutely. Anytime, Daniel. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different this morning than my usual getting on here and babbling with this predefined opening, if you would. And actually, I don't have it near me. But what I was thinking is we could just have a little fun this morning. Yes, really. Lori's going to have fun. I do have fun at times. It's not always work. So I'm going to give you some prompts, and I just want you to drop in the chat. Like the first one will be, what do you prefer in the morning? Do you prefer coffee or do you prefer tea? I know Sally prefers water, so you can say whatever you do prefer if it's not coffee or tea. I think Daniel prefers orange juice in the morning. I don't even know if Daniel drinks coffee. But I was watching his live this morning, his breakfast live, and he certainly makes a piece of toast look incredibly yummy. Okay, so if you have not seen his morning shows, go check them out. I've never seen anybody take just a regular piece of toast, put peanut butter and jelly on it, and it looks like it's a gourmet item. So kudos to you, Daniel. But drop it in the chat. So again, just going to have some fun and we'll see where it leads us. Yes, Susan has lots of chickens. Did I see the chickens? I did. Okay. Yeah, I was so enamored with the cows, to be honest. That's what's still going through my head is all the cows that she had. So, coffee. I'm with you, CL. I have to admit, I have started drinking a full glass of water probably over the last, I don't know, few weeks, let's say, because Sally always says, oh, I need to start with water in the morning. I need to start with water. I'm like, what's the big deal about starting with water? So, and I have heard you should drink a full glass of water, but I just don't. I have coffee first thing. So I tried it. And I have to say, water is amazing if it's the first thing you have in the morning, because you literally, it wakes up your whole throat. It just wakes up everything, right? Going down into your stomach. You literally can feel the coolness going down. I'm like, yeah, I get it. So now, the last few weeks, I have a glass of water. Then I have my coffee. So, Sally, you inspired me. Hey, Granny. Welcome, hun. Door County coffee from Wisconsin. I have never had that. So you're a coffee guy too. Yep. We have this Italian roast, and I cannot remember the name of it. It starts with an I. And sometimes we go back and forth with that and Pete's. So, but now I'm hearing some things about Pete's. So we may start kind of funneling that one out a little bit, but we'll see. Sorry, Dan, my phone did not notify me. Oh, of his video this morning? Yeah, go check it out. I don't think it was alive because I saw it. I didn't see it live if it was alive. It was just on video. Hello, coffee. Yep, my type of guy there, Daryl. I'm with you, coffee. Granny, what do you have, coffee or tea first thing in the morning? And I'm not sure when Scott and Granny you joined, but I'm going to do something a little bit different today. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. Something new for Lori. I do have fun, just not in my lives a whole lot. I feel I always want to deliver something to you, but we're going to deliver fun this morning. So I'm just going to go with it, and we'll see what happens. Granny is still making her rounds saying hello. That's funny. I don't drink coffee. It hurts my stomach. So water or energy drink mix I have. Did you, before you started going with the mixes, Daniel, did you actually drink energy drinks? That's probably one of my vices for sure. I probably have one a day, and to me that's a lot. So I started, and I think I was telling Allie, or I was telling somebody that I've started trying that mushroom coffee to see if I can kind of get rid of the energy drinks and just go with the mushroom coffee. Mushroom coffee will definitely never replace regular coffee. No, it's definitely an acquired taste for me. So I've probably done it for about a week, but as you can see, it hasn't fully worked because I'm back to my energy drink. So mango pineapple, but it has no calories, has 5 calories, no sugar. So I guess it could be worse. Susan's live stream was really fun. Some super great sights I don't get to see all the time. That's what I was saying, Scott, right? I was so enamored with her cows. I've always wanted to get miniature cows. I don't know if you folks have seen them, but we've always wanted miniature cows. I know not the same thing, but I don't know. What a property. What a property. Amazing. Good morning. Oh, hello there. Welcome. I do iced coffee, never hot. Well, that's fair. It's usually warm where you are most of the time, Granny. So that's fair. I cannot do iced coffee. To me, it just gets watered down too quick. So I guess if I make my own, I do make my own cold brew at times in the summer. So that's okay, but I will never purchase it out because it's just too watered down. But making it home, yeah, I could definitely do iced coffee at home. Yeah, you're always inspiring me. I finally did something for you. I'm telling you, Sally, you did. You inspired me with that water first thing. And I don't know if you feel the same thing, but just it kind of just wakes up your body, that cold water. And you can literally feel it wake up your body. It's amazing. So, hey Jason, welcome, hon. So I was telling Jason the other night that God is my witness. Every time I am starving, I pretty much know that he's coming out with a new video because something always pops up that he's making. And the other night it was like 100-year-old chocolate cake recipe or something. Was in the frosting though, was that instant coffee? I'm curious. That's what it looked like, and I couldn't see where what you said it was, but was that instant coffee that you mixed up in the frosting, or was it chocolate? So I try to do water and a hydration drink before coffee. Yeah, smart, Granny. I'm just learning. It was just a normal breakfast. Well, you did a good job, Daniel. Good morning, Pickle Crew. Yes. Hello, Okie. Water and hydration first. I love this new version. Don't get too comfortable with this, Sally. You know me. I'm going to have to go back to being very focused, right? So, but let me hop back out of the chat and go to a couple more questions I have. So these questions are going to be this or that. So pretty easy. Do you prefer a sunrise or a sunset? Sunrise or a sunset? To me, it's always a sunrise. I love them both. But to me, sunrise is God's promise. It's a brand new canvas. You can make it any day you want. It could be a good day, it could be a bad day, or you can flip it up halfway in the middle. If it started out bad, you can certainly make it good. But I don't know, there's something about a sunrise. Just reminds me of a blank canvas, and you can design it any way you want. So I am really far behind. Instant coffee. Okay, that's what I thought it was. The thing about Ecamm and YouTube Live is there's about a 20-second delay. I counted this morning. So I sort of sit here and wait for answers. So if it looks like I'm spacing out, that's why. Daryl made a video of his peanut butter pie. We took it to Perlman's dinner party. Oh, I think I'm subscribed to Daryl's channel. You know, I don't even know if I am. I'm going to have to check that. I take cream cheese frosting and add instant coffee. It makes like a chocolate espresso cake. Yeah, I mean, it looked like instant coffee, and I was like, and I saw that it was, I saw that it was white frosting. I don't even know if I knew it was cream cheese, but definitely never thought of combining the two. So that was definitely inspiration. I was telling my husband we could do cupcakes or something with that type of frosting. So, sunrise. Yeah, I knew you would pick sunrise. Yes, because you're out there every morning. So, but sunrise for sure. You can add instant coffee to, say, a pot roast. It will not only darken the gravy to a beautiful color, it will also help to tenderize a tough piece of meat. That is interesting. Do you know, I don't think I've ever heard that, Granny. Does it change the flavor at all? Or does it just tenderize? Because this weekend, is it this weekend? No, next weekend we're going to do our corned beef, and we put that in the oven, in a Dutch oven. And we usually get it pretty tender, but if instant coffee would make it even more tender, I just don't know if it would change the flavor. Let me know. Both. Okay, both. I love them both, but a sunrise is brand new. You can do anything with it. Yes, agreed. Sunset. Okay. Okay, Mike. Both. Starting and ending a day with God's splendor. Well, that is true. You can pick both. Sunrise if I'm home. Sunset if I go to the bay. Okay. So CL's of both. I love both. I especially love to see them in the Florida Keys because on the same day you can see the sunrise and the sunset in the most magnificent setting. Yeah, and I think I told you guys I went visiting a friend early February, and where she lives, she has, she's right across from the beach, so she has the sunrise in the morning. She's on the East Coast, but then along the intercoastal, like on the other side of her property, a very short walk is, I guess, the intercoastal is what they call it, and you see an amazing sunset. So I'm like, man, you got the best of both worlds. So. So you must be talking about the same thing, Granny, that you literally can see both. I have a big space when I'm doing my live too on YouTube. I have a big space. Okay, I don't know if I missed that. Oh, you mean time pause gap. Okay. Sunrise. It's cooler, birds are singing, and bees are buzzing and pollinating at sunrise. Yeah, all very good reasons, especially in Oklahoma, right? That cooler temperature. I haven't posted yet because I don't have enough room on my phone to edit. Okay. Well, maybe that's why I haven't seen it. No, just kidding. You love both. Yeah, they're both, like I think Daryl said, they're both spectacular in their own way, right? No, just tender meat. Okay, then I'm going to try it with my corned beef this weekend. Celery is also a wonderful meat tenderizer. Okay. Just stalks of celery? Or like a celery salt, or just the stalk of it, Granny? Morning, Dee. I missed the sunrise with Sally today. Were the trolls behaving themselves this morning? Actually, they could say better, Scott, but there were a few of them that had me cracking up. But in true fashion, Sally just takes care of them. I was I was laughing so hard at one point. I was actually trying to drink my coffee and I couldn't. And my husband was like, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, Sally's trying to share her leprechaun with all of us because St. Patty's Day is her favorite holiday." And somebody, I think it was Jerry Ginger, called it a gnome. Sally just did not like her leprechaun being called a gnome. So I thought that was the cutest thing. Anyways, okay. Yes, stocks. That's why Florida is the best. The sunrise across the bay and reflects beautiful colors off the water. All right. All right. So the next question: what is one small thing that you are looking forward to today? Today, not tomorrow or this weekend, but today. It's early enough that you still have the whole day in front of you. What's one thing that you're looking forward to today? Is it, Granny, is it seeing your granddaughter? Scott, is it going out taking a walk at lunchtime? Drop it in the chat. Or if you feel you have nothing to look forward to today, what is something that helps you kind of reset your day when you're having a rough day? What's one thing you do if your morning started out bad? What is your go-to thing? Is it just walking outside? Is it getting in the garden? Is it building something? Spending time with my hubby. That's sweet. That's really nice, Sally. You hear that, Daryl? Yours better be spending time with Sally. There you go. And the thing is I believe both of you guys. I do. I've seen, and I've told Sally this. I knew from the minute I started going to her lives, and as soon as I figured out who Daryl was, I knew their love there, their bond was impenetrable, no matter what comes their way, because I could feel it. I could feel it through the screen. You're in my head again. The expression on my granddaughter's face when she sees me in the pickup line at school, just sheer joy and happiness. What's not to love? Oh my goodness, absolutely, Granny. You know what? And I can picture her. I can picture her, not that I know what she looks like, but I can picture this little girl just being excited to see her granny there. So my granddaughter, she just turned 13 months, but she gets excited when I walk through their door now. So she's still not saying my name, but she now at least recognizes me, when I come over. So I get it. It's amazing. Getting off of work. I have a couple of base coats to finish on several paintings. CL, do you drive into work or do you work virtual? I know a lot of folks, back in 2020 just never went back into the office. Even my company never went back in. So I guess people figured out, or companies figured out, they could save on real estate expense if they just let people work from home. So always. You're always in her head, huh, Daryl? These two are such a cute couple. Absolutely. It was Lori's live. Now it's lunchtime when the time to get off work. Then the time to get off work. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. But yeah, are you, what's today? Thursday. Are you still staying near work or until tomorrow? And then will you drive home for the weekend? It must be getting a little bit warmer there. Oh, and I thought of you, Mike, because I think I shared this, that my daughter picked up her new van on Tuesday. It's not new, but new to her. And which I guess I overlooked this initially, but it actually has a heater in it. And it made me think of you because I know you got a heater installed in your camper van. So she's never had a heater, obviously, other than like the van heater. But she's never had a heater for supplemental heat. So she's pretty excited about that, instead of waking up freezing and having to turn the vehicle on. So, okay. All right. So, okay. This one is for my own benefit. I think most of you have been part of my community, I don't know, at least 3-4 months. Out of everything I do, out of all the different content I do, I mean, I do very few shorts, but whether it's shorts or whether it's my long form content or these lives, and now today we'll call a fun live, where my other lives sort of have an opening to them. What do you like? Which format do you like the best? Do you like the lives? Do you like the long form, the shorts? Because I don't talk that much. Just kidding. But let me know, which format of my channel do you like the best? And you don't have to say all. I'm really doing a poll here, so I need you to be honest. Hybrid. I work remote, but there's a physical office. Okay, so that's good. That's good. At least you don't have to deal with that. I mean, sometimes it's nice to go in and see people. I definitely miss that part of it. But that's why you can go have lunch with people, right? Go meet them for lunch or something. But at least when I was driving into the office, I don't know about UCL, but it was literally a 17-minute drive door to door. But due to the traffic, it was typically about 45. So it was miserable. So there was definitely no sadness when we got to start working from home. Due to my hand injury, I'm only working 8 hours, then I'm going home. That's where my medical supplies are. Okay. Yeah, I saw that your post, Mike, on that. It looked, at least the picture looked like it was healing. So hopefully it's doing better. Hopefully it's doing better. I do like everything. I enjoyed the variety. That's a safe answer, Daryl. Thank you, hon. I like the 15 to 20-minute videos. Yes, I do try and keep them under 15. I really, really do. Well, right around the 12 to 15, we'll say. I like anything, personally, I like watching anything that's less than 15 minutes. I have this psychological block that if it's going to be more than 20 minutes sometimes, I got to be doing something else. I can't just be sitting there watching it. So that's when I put my AirPods in and just walk around, and then I'm trying to run to the keyboard to say something, or if they're showing something, like I know Jason Okizeden will show things, and I'll be like, I gotta go see that. And sometimes I miss it and I have to go back. But yeah, I like the the shorter ones too. Live, but regular series topics you do because they inspire me. For example, decluttering series, and plus I can watch them over again. Yeah, the decluttering series was good. It got a good following. So I'm almost done with this current series. What time is it? Another one just posted about 10 minutes ago. And then I think I have one or two more after that. I can't remember because I also have a tool one that I'm going to drop in there. But and then I'll go on to my next series. So, and I have 2 ideas for that. So I haven't decided which one I'm going to do. I enjoy all formats. There's a time when I just want to be able to zip through shorts, but then there's also where you want to just sit and relax and watch a long video or just want to engage in conversation. Yeah. You know, and I was thinking about your live the other night, Granny. You know, I know obviously I get on and I have this, you know, a kind of predetermined opening that, you know, I've been thinking about and that I'm going to talk about. I usually have some bullets. I know Scott, you know, typically has an agenda. You know, when Sally does her live, she'll get on there and at least she has the readings she wants to talk about. You never know where Sally's going to go, though. You never know. It all depends whether she can find her microphone or her tambourine. But Granny, you don't. And I was thinking about this the other night. You had such an engaging group the other night. You usually do, but for whatever reason, it really hit me Tuesday night. Just, you have such a great following. You have such a great community. And I know a lot of the people here are part of that community, but I don't know. I just think you and Nana have just an energy that draws people in. So good job, Granny. Just wanted to share that because I felt it the other night. I think I like the live streams best, but I like it all. Thanks, Scott. I like the series format. I found you because I was watching Catherine. Yeah, I think we all know Old Mike Living Better. I think he's the one who inspired me to start doing series. And I think he got it from, is it Darren? I think it's Darren. Darren Strauss, her name is. So this is in my 3rd series that I've done. And I think it's good. I think it is, it's attracted a broader audience, so versus just the standalone videos. The jury's still out a little bit, but we'll see. I've been enjoying doing them because that way I can talk in depth about things, but break it up into small segments versus trying to get 17 thoughts into one video, which was one of the feedbacks I used to get from this coach that I had. She said I would put too many thoughts in one video. So I like to say all. There's something about the way you talk and describe things that I understand. And also you have me open my eyes to do things that I would not look at things a certain way. Well, that inspires me, Mike, because it's the whole reason, it's the whole reason I'm doing this. So it's certainly not for the money, but I mean, I just love it. I just love doing it. What are your 2 ideas for your next series? Maybe we can vote on that. Well, one of them is, which I've touched upon standalone videos, vibration, frequency, manifestation. And then the other one I don't quite know how to explain yet. So let me get my thoughts around that. And maybe I'll send out a poll in the community post. That's an idea. See, Sally, you inspired me again. I'm going to send out a poll. By the way, Allie must be super busy lately. She's been missing in action for a while. Well, I know, was it last week? I don't know. It was the other day. I know she was dealing with that leak. I think it was the dishwasher. And I know her hands, Sally, you know better than probably all of us, or Daniel, that I know her hands have been full taking care of Mom and Dad. So somebody will need to check on her. But if I had to pick, I would say 15 minutes. I'm trying to keep my videos around that time. I noticed it's hard for people to sit and watch, but it's hard to do sometimes. Yeah, it It really is, right? As your community grows, as your friends grow, there's just no way you can watch every video that drops in a day. So you sort of have to. What I've started doing is just doing a time block, at least once a day, if not twice a day. Sometimes I'll watch them when I'm out running because they're easy enough to listen to, and I can click through with one hand to find the next one. But yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to keep up. Plus, you're trying to create content. Plus, you're trying to run a household. You know, there's all these things, Mike. And plus, you're working a full-time job. So, yeah, it's. But I have seen you body double, Mike, because you're everywhere. You're just everywhere. So you are magical, my friend. Hey, Glenn, welcome, hon. Okay, thank you. I hope it is a feeling of just dropping by someone's front porch. No agenda, just having a chat. I appreciate it. It really was, Granny. It was just, everything just flowed so easily and just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right words, but for whatever reason, it went through my head. I'm like, wow, this lady has no agenda, but it just, everything flows so nicely. It all kind of fits together, kind of like a puzzle. Everybody felt relaxed, felt comfortable talking in the chat, you know? So, love old Mike. Yeah. Talk about inspiration. I was talking about him the other day. I think I've told you guys I'm doing this program, and in this program, we have what we call accountability pods. And I was talking to these other two women who are in my pod the other day, and I was, bragging on Mike because, one of the women is like, I've done all this schooling, I've had all these particular jobs, to be where she is. She goes, I kind of feel like it'd be all a waste if I just walk away from that and pivot. But it sounded like her heart wanted to pivot. And I brought up, I'm like, listen, I follow this guy, and his motto is if you're not dead, you're not done. And I said, I think he started his channel at 81, either 80 or 81. So it is never too late to pivot. And this girl, I don't know how old she is. I'm guessing maybe her late 30s, maybe. So, I have to chuckle when I'm almost 60 that she feels, maybe she's older. I don't know. But, so yeah, I was talking about Mike the other day. I've got the brain like a squirrel. That's funny, Mike. Mike, have I sent you a picture of my white squirrel? I love my white squirrel. I love your live stream, DG. It works for you. Oh, that was Daniel who said that. I thought it was Mike. Daniel, I have to send you a picture of my white squirrel then. Sorry, I was looking at Mike, who was the next one down, reading yours, Daniel. I'll have to send... But that is funny. A brain like a squirrel. What movie is that? Up, with a dog in it. Every time I would see a squirrel, it would get distracted. I think that was it. Hey, Allie. Were your ears ringing, hun? Because everybody was like, Allie, where's Allie? Where's Allie? So, certainly appreciate you popping in, but I know, honey, how busy your life has been. So I hope you're doing something while you're listening. Unless you're taking a break, then please take a break. Yep, there's our girl. See, her ears were ringing. Hey, Miss M. You've been lurking in the shadows for a few, but wanted to say hi. Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you. We got good news from the insurance. They will cover everything. That's awesome. Was that for the leak in the house? That's really good. That's really good. Just, yeah, no just. That's fantastic. Okay, I think and why were you lurking? Could you just come on in? Everyone's welcome here. That's how he got famous. Right, Sally? That's how he got famous. Okay. Oh, Sally, I was eating a yogurt so I could take some medicine. I know, I'm welcome. It is it's very organic in our chats. Yes, that it is. Scott, you're referring to that Mike guy. Okay. Have everyone in the chat that I may have missed. They can't match the cabinet or floor, so my mom gets a brand new downstairs, basically. That is amazing. That is fantastic. I love when that happens. Love when that happens. I know that's happened, never in the house, but it's happened with cars when our cars have been in accidents or something. If they can't match it, we don't feel it's, good enough. They have to do the whole new side, front, everything, give it a whole new paint job. So yeah, it's nice when that works out. Squirrels, they're all over the yard this morning. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry, guys. Phone was ringing. Hold on just 1 second. Okay. Okay, so let's do the next question. Okay. Do I have another question? Oh, yeah. What's one superpower you feel you've gained with age? One superpower. So examples is saying no, not always saying yes when you mean no. Not always feeling committed to having to go to a function just because that's the right thing to do. Or leaving early. You don't feel obligated to stay till the end. Not caring what people think. That's a big one. Or maybe just appreciate the quiet, or something else. Those are just ideas that I came up with. But what do you consider a superpower that you have today that maybe you didn't have 20 or 30 years ago? Drop it in the chat. Let me catch back up. I'm at the hospital with my dad waiting for him to get a procedure. Oh, prayers for you, Allie. Man, you have been dealing with a lot, hon. By the way, Allie, my youngest sister's name is Allison. Daniel, I don't know if I knew you had a sister. I knew you had a brother. Well, I've got to go and get my day started. Bye, everyone. See you around on the streets of YouTube. Thank you, Miss M, for dropping in. You have a great day. The ability to recognize past mistakes. Oh, that's a good one. And learning from it, right, Glenn? Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't come up with that. Calling BS. I can spot a lie from a mile away. That's a good one. Have you always had that sixth sense, Allie, or has that just come later in life? Later in life, you're not even that old, so. Not being sorry for hiding in my hobbit hole. Good for you, right? Not caring what other people think. Good for you. How about self-control? Okay, yep. Not getting as upset about things. Is that what you mean about self-control? Learning to maybe go with the flow a little bit. I actually am able to be myself. I don't constantly try to be what other people want me to be. However, my shenanigans do still get me in trouble. But now guess what? I don't care. Fantastic. Yes, fantastic. So. No, I came across some big fibbers, just got good at it. Okay. So that's too bad that you had to deal with that to learn that in life. But so I think those were my only questions that I had. But I guess the other thing that I wanted, to say is one of the reasons, so my opening statement is going to be at the end. One of the reasons I sort of wanted to do this instead of the way I usually open, if you would, because I thought maybe we could laugh a little. I know I laughed a little. And one of the things, whether you realize it or not, when you're experiencing joy and you're having fun, you're actually you're in the flow. I mean, how many times have you been enjoying yourself and you're like, wow, the time flew by? So when you can have fun and again enjoy yourself, then you are in the present moment. And that is the only place life is in the present moment. And the other thing is when you're in flow and having fun, you actually raise your vibration, which therefore, you raise your frequency and you actually, the universe just conspires to bring everything that you desire that's already in your timeline to you. It's when you stop worrying and you stop thinking about lack, that the things that you've been desiring show up in your life. So that's why I wanted to start with a little bit of fun, which I really wanted to regardless. But then I was working through the questions. I'm like, oh, I guess I could still have a seed of wisdom at the end of my life. But, and again, it's just when you're enjoying yourself and you're laughing, you're in the present moment. And it's the only place life is. So we got to learn to relax and just get in the flow whenever we can, because that's when our energy will shift. And, I just think sometimes fun is overlooked. Talking for myself here, sometimes fun is overlooked because you have a to-do list, a couple sheets long. And for me, I always feel good when I can cross things off my to-do list. So that does feel good. But I also need to remember that I need to make time to just be, and whatever that means in the moment. So, life doesn't always have to be so serious and so difficult. And even with some of the things that I know people on this live are going through right now, and we're all going through something, all of us. And I just stand in it for a minute, feel it, and then ask, what are you supposed to be learning here? And if you can get quiet, you can actually, tune in to what your soul is saying, to what God might be saying to you. You'll get to the other side a lot quicker, because sometimes I think these obstacles that we face, we're in it for a reason, right? We're trying to learn something. We all come here with an agreed contract, and we all have lessons to learn, and some lessons are harder than others. But this is why we have a community. So and the other thing, don't ever, ever, ever be afraid. At least I'll speak for myself. Don't ever be afraid to reach out and ask for help, whatever that is, whether it's just you need somebody, to listen, or, maybe you need some crazy old lady's advice. Call Sally. No, just kidding, Sally. I love you, hun. But I think you call yourself the crazy old lady, anyways, I think that's it. That was all. That's all I wanted to talk about. So what time is it? Oh, okay, it's 1:15. Let me just catch up with the chat, and then I will read Thoughtuary. I also love improving, and I can see an act for an act. There you go, Allie. My kid calls my office studio the Hobbit holes. Sometimes I am hiding from my grumpy teenager. Oh, from the grumpy teenager. That's fair. You've told me this, CL, but how many children do you have? Two? Did you say you have 2 boys? Is that it? I remember, I don't know. I was going to say my son gave me more of a challenge in his teenage years than my daughters did, but my son let things roll off his back a lot more than my daughters did. So I don't know. Now that I know he's gotten through all his teenage shenanigans and he came out, great on the other side of it all, I guess I would say he was easier than my daughters. Though I love my daughters. So, and let me see if I can show you Courtney's van. Well, it's just a screenshot of her. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. So that was her picking it up on Tuesday. So she hasn't put any of her stuff in it, and she's got to take some of the stuff down that's already in it. But she's really excited. It's a lot bigger than her other van. So keep reminding her of that as you're backing up. Remember, it's a lot longer than your other van. So, but she's excited. So definitely, I would wish no accident like this on anybody. But for her, she says it has re-inspired her. So she just has a whole new lease on life at 29. I don't know if you need a whole new lease, but she needed some inspiration. So this accident gave it to her. God works in mysterious ways, folks. I should have been an actress. I don't know if that was something I missed. They have an Airbnb called the Hobbit Hole here, and it's made to look like one. Oh, that's funny. I've seen you let your guard down and be fun. I really like that version of you, but I like the business side too. You mean my shadow picture? A real Hobbit hole would be neat. Yes, exactly, CL. 2 boys, 27 and 15. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so the 15-year-old is smack in the middle of it. But you have one who's 27, so you know that they get to the other side of all of it. Van looks nice. Can you tell us the van's new name? Yes, and I think Sally may appreciate this. She named it Ziggy. So she went, it was either Ziggy or Pengu, Pengu. And I think she was thinking of Pengu. I think that's what it was, because that her van that she just lost, the name was Sisu, which is a dragon. Pengu was Sisu's brother. But she went with Ziggy because the meaning of Ziggy, I don't know, protector or something. So, and the funny thing is a lot of her friends in this circle right now are like, why'd you go with the guy's name? Because she feels Ziggy is the guy's name. But she actually, all her cars, she's always named all her cars, and all her cars have always been guys' names. Sisu was the first one that was not a guy's name. So, but she decided to go back to a guy's name. Yeah, that's Allie. Ziggy. Ziggy. Look at that smile. Oh, yeah, she's happy. She happy. She looks so happy. She definitely is. And she did say, I told her, I says, you have to do a video. I said, my community wants to see a video. So she said she will do a video once she gets all her stuff put away in it, and she has to get she had to order a mattress and stuff for it. But so once it's all set up, she did say she would give a video tour. Her sister's going out. My youngest daughter's flying out tomorrow to go visit her for spring break. So it may be after that, but we'll see. But she did promise that she would give us a tour. Because I haven't even, I've seen videos and pictures, but I probably won't see it until May when she comes home for her sister's graduation. She looks so happy. I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Okay. I didn't know you had the sisters. I guess I knew about the brothers. Ziggy. Yeah. Ziggy. So look up the meaning. It has something to do with protector or guardian or something. Sally, maybe you know, but that's why she picked it. Oh my, Ziggy. Really, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, I told her you would. Love the name. I think gals often name their cars boys' names and vice versa. Yes, you're right. So I was a bit surprised when she named her first van Sisu. And my youngest daughter, her car is named Sebastian. She calls her Sebs. She calls him Sebs, which is fine. But then when her boyfriend got I don't even know what it was. It was some type of 4x4 or something. He because Ashley called her car Sebs, he's like, well, I'm going to call my car Tiffany because it was a Toyota, so he picked a T name. But I'm not sure Ash liked Tiffany, but anyways, it was kind of cute. Though you had a car named Dilbert once. Do you name your vehicles, Scott? Or just that one car? That's interesting. Hey, Pam. This will be in the rewatch crew this time. Hope you're doing great. Yes, Pam. I actually decided to have fun this morning, so which is rare for Lori. And we just did a bunch of questions. We did open up with a prayer for Daniel. He lost power at his house. A tree power line fell down, power pole or whatever fell down and caught on fire. So it could be a bit of a time that he's without power. So just all said a prayer for him. So if you could keep him in his prayers. I can't wait to see the van. Oh, so wonderful to see you, Pam, my girl. I have one older sister and one younger sister that lived in New Hampshire with my real dad. And I have my biological brother, and my adopter brother lived with my mom and stepdad and me here. Okay. So I keep telling you, Daniel, if you ever do go out to New Hampshire, you cannot come without contacting me. I'll meet you anywhere. Hello. You're 2 hours, so it's 9, right? It's 9 there. Oh, adopted. Okay, I didn't know if that was I don't know, a word that I just was not familiar with that lingo, because there's so many different names now with blended families and stuff. I just went with it, Daniel, but that's okay. I have 2 sisters. I am in the middle. Okay. Yeah, I have an older sister and a younger brother, so I'm a middle child too, Allie. There's something about middle children. I watch a vintage truck restoration channel. Oh my goodness, sounds like Andy. And he finds a scrap of paper in the glove box with the old owner's name, like a receipt for something. He names the car after the original owner. That's cool. Where am I? Did I read one? I have named some of my cars over the years, but not all. Okay. I only named one of my cars because my daughters made me. Named him Damon, but not even sure why. They convinced me of that for some reason. I do know why, but because they thought some guy in some TV show was really hot, so they wanted me to name my car after him. So that's when they were younger. Ziggy was the name of the computer on the TV show Quantum Leap, and I'm pretty sure it had a girl's voice. Oh, really? Okay. Well, then stay tuned, because I think she wanted a guy. So I think she thinks Ziggy is a guy. So I am going to tell her. So stay tuned. It may not be Ziggy. She may change. My message to Sally sent twice. Big D also needs some prayers today. Yes. Thank you, Mike, for bringing that up. Big D, Daryl is just in the middle of a transition. He's starting the next chapter, and this is just a pause. And I truly believe something better is coming down the road. But yes, if we could keep Daryl in our prayers, Daryl and Sally in our prayers. When I was laid off a few years ago, 2.5 years ago or so, I was devastated, and for so many reasons, right? And I can honestly say now it was the universe giving me a kick in the pants. And I know I don't say that lightly. I really don't, because I know when you're in it, how heavy it is. But I say it only to give you hope that when you get to the other side of this, that you will see that too, Daryl. I really do. And when my husband was going through it last year, and I think I shared this with Sally, that what I realized after about a year is whatever we were going through, because it took him 15 months to find a job. And he went on a lot of interviews, had a lot of conversations. What I realized is it wasn't about me that time. Shocker, not everything's about me. But I remember saying to my husband that, maybe God is wanting you to learn something here. What have you learned over these last 12 months? And, like I told Sally, kudos to him, because he actually sat with that, and he came up with like a list of like 20, 24 things that he came up with. And one of them, I remember when I saw it in the list, I kind of stopped in my tracks because, he has more of a spiritual viewpoint on life. He has a closer relationship with God. Um, he wasn't opposed to God before, but he did not have a relationship with him. So when I saw that, I was like, yep, that was it. That was it. And, God is my witness, within 2 weeks from when he sent me the list, he got 3 amazing offers. So again, sometimes I think we go through seasons because there's something that we're supposed to be learning. So just keep that on your radar. So, and again, I will say the same thing. If you need anything, Sally and Daryl, do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I'm sure anybody in this community would say the same thing. And I mean that. I mean that. Because I know in a heartbeat, if any of us reached out to you, you would do the same exact thing. So sometimes you need, the best thing you can do is lean on other people because other people want to be there for you too. It's because you like her twice as much. Yes. Hello. Just want to make sure I get caught up. I usually call my car by its model: the Daytona, the Cobalt, the Fire Chicken. I have never heard of the Fire Chicken. Is that really a model? Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look that up, CL. Yeah, I've done that a lot. Oh, is a Firebird? Oh, is that what it is? All right. So they're okay. When I hear Ziggy, I think of the David Bowie song. I'm not sure I know that song. Yes, I have a dark purple Firebird. It only had V6. So is that why you called it a chicken? Prayers. Yep. Prayers to Daryl. When you say someone is going through a transition, I think you mean something very different. But we'll be praying for Daryl. Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but it's turning of the page, let's say, right? It's just turning of the page. It's just a new chapter. Is that a better way to say it? In construction, you're just the number to the company. Not just in construction, Mike, let me tell you, and I tell my kids this, just keep it in perspective because, you do, and you give your heart and soul to the company, and the company doesn't even give you heart back. It gives you nothing back. So Ziggy was a cartoon character and he had a dog. I think I remember that. That's right. Ziggy in the comics in the newspaper. I remember that now. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard it called the Fire Chicken. Thank you. Well, you are more than welcome, Daryl. I've never named a vehicle, but I had a 91 red Ford Explorer through college, and after that was dear to my heart. We went through a lot together. Yeah. I've had a few cars. I don't know if I've ever been attached to my cars. In fact, I know I haven't. Cars are just a means to an end for me. And my husband does not get that. Every time I typically lease my car. So every few years I go turn it in. Excuse me. And he'll be like, well, go try this one. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. I want it to be safe. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be safe. But other than that, it doesn't matter to me. Though I have a Jeep now, and I do like the fact that I can put things in it. And I can go buy things at the store without needing my husband's truck. Like I just bought a chair for my office here. And I could do that all by myself, right? I was a big girl. I didn't need somebody's help going to the store to get it. That's sweet, Pam. When I was younger, I had a Dodge Charger. That was the first car I named. Whenever I would start the car, the exhaust sounded like thunder, so I named it Blue Thunder. That's very cool. Do you still name your cars, Daryl? Or just that one? That's a cool name. Ah, that's a cool name. Yep, see? Scott, Great minds think alike. I'm at a turning point in my life too right now. Yes, you are, Daniel. And you are turning the page nicely on that. And I told you, I think, the more and more you share about this journey, you're going to find yourself helping others. So I think God is using you right now. And I know you welcome that. So I think great things are in store. Bless you guys. I want the fire chicken now so I can call. Oh, I've never heard it called that. Cool name for sure, Daryl. Yeah, Blue Thunder. Which model Jeep, Lori? Has a Grand Cherokee. It's really nice. Yeah, that's what I have. The Grand Cherokee Limited or something. I don't know. So, but I guess the biggest thing, it has to be safe, and I guess color matters to me. But other than that, but yeah, you know what I like about it, Scott. Prior to that, I drove a lot of Hondas, the Honda Accords, and the thing I hated about the Honda Accord was it just sat so low to the ground, so low to the ground. But it was a zippy car. Man, I love zippy cars. But then the last go around, they no longer have the high end Accords unless they're hybrid. And I did not want a hybrid. So I had to leave Honda after I had bought probably, I don't know, 8 Hondas, 9 Hondas in my lifetime. I had to leave them. So I had to break up with them. So I don't know where I'll go this time, if I'll stay with Jeep or not, but because it's time. Looking forward to bigger and better. 100%. You're stepping into it, Daryl. All of this is stepping into it right now. So 26 is going to be an awesome year for all of us. There are really amazing things we can't yet see just over the horizon. You were right, Scott. We can't always see them, right? And there's a lot of progress that's made that we can't always see. Whether you're laying those seeds or whatever it is. So you're 100%. I was teamboat in that Firebird. Those old 80s sports cars were tanks. You're 100% right, CL. They certainly don't make cars. Though I couldn't imagine driving a car, an older car like that today, with the gas the way it is. But you're right. They were so safe. They were solid. Nothing like today. That's cool. You and Metz are car twins. Hers is a pretty burgundy color. I like that. My husband's truck is, I don't know if he'd like me to call it burgundy. I don't even know what he calls it, but his is burgundy. Mine's black. I have a black car with a color interior, tan color interior, which I'd imagine she does too. You can't have a black interior down in Florida. Hey, Daryl, if you are ever my boss, please take it easy on me. That's right, Pearl. That's the way to think, Pearlman. Yes. You know what, Daryl? Sometimes you just need that kick in the butt by the universe, right? Because your talents and everything you have was being wasted at that job. So it was time. But we just all get complacent, I guess, And let's be honest, everybody's afraid of change. I don't care if it's good change. Everybody's afraid of change. When I say everybody, meaning our ego inside of us. Our ego will do whatever it has to, so it doesn't have to go through change. It'll sabotage you. You'll get sick. I'm telling you, it will do anything to keep you from making that change. So sometimes God, the universe, they have to step in. So just that one. No worries. I had 3 Honda CRVs in a row, hit a deer with 2 of them. Dylan absolutely refused to get another one, so it acquiesced to his request. Yeah, maybe he felt like it was just you were in a tractor or something for those deer. So that must have been scary, though, Pam. Courtney, my daughter there, I say she hit a deer hit her. It was Black Friday morning. She was working retail at the time. She was in high school, and she was coming home like at 2 a.m. Black Friday morning from working Thanksgiving night, and a deer ran right into her. And girl didn't know any better. She just got in her car and drove home. Not even sure how the car made it home because there was no some liquid that was supposed to be in it. My husband's like, "How did you get here? It shouldn't have driven." So again, an angel must have been watching over her because she somehow drove that car home and it was not drivable. But she was probably 10 minutes from the house and she just kept going. So, and she did say, I'll never forget this, she did say one guy pulled up behind her. So first of all, at 2 a.m., I think she's 16, 17 years old at the time. Car pulls up behind her. So first of all, she's a little nervous because doesn't know who that is, but assuming that whoever it is coming to help her. And he comes up to her and he's like, "Well, where's the deer?" And she's like, "I don't know. It took off or whatever." And he was so mad at her. He was just so mad because he wanted the deer. He just wanted the deer. And he got back in his car and he left this 17-year-old there on the highway. So you gotta love people sometimes. You have to watch those deer. They never use their turn signals. Absolutely. And they just run right into you, Daryl. Oops, I meant Daryl. It's still early, Pam. You got to give yourself some grace. My Ford Escape is black, but I replaced the front inlet grills that my son crashed with one that I spray painted bright yellow, so now the car looks like a yellow jacket. Oh, there you go. There you go. My Charger was a tank. I slipped on some ice in the winter and it hit a wall and didn't have any damage, right? I know. That stuff is amazing, those cars. Yes, I have a brand new laptop sitting here, but it has... Did I miss something? But it's changed to go back to my phone because it's easy and I know it. Okay, I think I missed somewhere, so I apologize if I missed somebody's comment. Mike, you have to force yourself to break through the learning curve and then things will slowly get easier. And, I am definitely no Scott. I don't even know a quarter of what Scott knows, but if you need any basic help, Mike, I can certainly help you with the Mac. I know enough to use it and to get around and whatnot. So I might be able to help you in the beginning. And then as you get more advanced than myself, you will need to go to Scott. Per Carfax, the Cobalt hit an animal before I bought it. Oh, there you go. Right? It's just a beast. Wow, what a crappy dude. Leaving your... Right? Just wanted the deer. Welcome to Lori's Prayer Breakfast, an automotive support group. Everyone is welcome. It takes all kinds here, Scott. I have never been in a car wreck or had a point on my license. Does anyone have a piece of wood to knock on? Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's be careful, Glenn. Be careful. That's very good news. My prayer breakfast. I'm having to do the same, Scott, with my new MacBook Pro. Just learning. And the thing is again, like with the eCam software, Scott showed me the basics. And I know you said call anytime, but I won't. I got to learn it. And the only way to learn it is to sit down, screw it up, mess it up, and totally start over. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm getting better at eCam. My editing software, I use Descript. And I remember telling Rob how much I hate editing. And he's like, yeah, so get over it, right? I don't know if he said it just like that, but that's how I took it. And now I love Descript and I know so much about it. So the only way to do it is to go through it. So what is today? The 5th. Okay. 1111. That's a magical number, folks. Look it up. 1111. Magical. Right now. Say a prayer. Say a wish. 1111. Don't let the clock go without it. And I will read March 5th. I have faith in you. If nobody else tells you today you are enough, I have faith in you. You are loved. And most importantly, it's going to be okay. It really is. So please don't stop. Keep going, keep trying, and keep moving because we need you more than you'll ever know. Ask yourself this. When was the last time I reminded myself that I am enough? And how can I show up for myself today despite any doubts? I don't know. I think of so many of you sitting here on this call, and this applies to every single one of us. It really does. It really, really does. You're enough, and I try and say that you're enough at the end of all my videos, or that you matter, because I don't think we see it in ourselves. We are exactly who we're meant to be. And whoever that is, we all come here with a purpose. And as my Mark Twain quote always says, the two greatest days are the day you're born and the day you figure out why. So I think we're all just stepping into that why. So that's it, folks. Let me just round out call with my comments. I downloaded the script, but I haven't been able to figure it out. I have to lean in. Again, Pam, I'm getting so much better than a year ago. I started using it like a year ago. So if there's anything I can do to help shorten that 12-month, it might just be me. It just might be slow. I would love to help you. I have Zoom. We can get on a Zoom call. My email is in my About section. Just reach out, and I would be happy to walk you through any questions that you have. And if we don't know them, what I have learned really good is going to like chat or something, and I'll give screenshots. I'll say, this is where I am. This is what I'm trying to do. Get me there. And chat is really good about getting you there. So it screws up every now and again, and I do get mad at it, but most of the time it can really help. But I'd be willing to walk you through it. You can ask for help anytime, Lori, all of you. You guys have to allow me the opportunity to bless you guys, so don't be silly. Thank you, Scott. And I know you mean that. I know you mean that. And if I ever get really stuck, I will call you. But it's the best way for me to learn is just by getting in there and making mistakes and screwing it up. I can't tell you how many times I've screwed up Ecamm. And I'll be honest, with my new phone, I think I shared I got a new phone a couple weeks ago. I can't figure out how to set up the new phone on Ecamm. So I don't even have that anymore. But I'll get there. I'll figure it out. I may call you about setting up a membership. That is to Scott. So, sure, Sally, anytime. I'm challenging myself right now, Scott, to see if I can do it. There you go. I'm still attending lives and watching on my iPad. The Mac is for editing and computer work. Procreate for digital art is only on iPad. I love the learning process. See, that's good. That's good. The thing probably for you, CL, is just finding the time to actually sit down and spend, a chunk of time. Because for me, I need to spend a chunk of time. I can't do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, because I forget what I just learned 10 minutes ago if I don't just keep working on it. March 5th is the anniversary of the Boston Massacre, and I have no idea why I remember that. I don't either. March 5th. I didn't even know that, Scott. I didn't even know that, and you think I would. March 5th is my children's uncle's birthday. It's the only March 5th I know. Great live, Laura. I'm so glad I caught the end of it. I'm glad you did too, Pam. And there's no need to go back to the beginning. Just say a prayer for Daniel and for Daryl and Sally. See you all. Thanks, Allie. Thank you all for this, and just in time for the Price is Right. All right, guys, I'm closing it out. I will see you throughout the week. It's not goodbye. It's just see you later. Thanks, guys. Love ya.